Hello guys, thank you for watching again. This is the final product that I have after you saw all the tools that I needed. So basically this is the final product, like I said before. As you can see, I made it look kind of like staying the religious theme in this case. So I have the Our Lady of Guadalupe right here, some roses. I showed you this spoon before. This is after I cut it, all the areas. Soldering this part. Actually, my soldering, you won't be able to see it because I have the coil mounted already. Everything is mounted, and so it will be a little bit difficult to see it. And I have everything is connected and it runs pretty good. This one I have it running as a shader. As you can see with the shaders, you gotta make sure your binding, your content screw passes this line. This will be if your contact screw and your spring pass this area right here where you connect your armature bar to the needle. If it passes that, then you're basically setting up your machine as a shader. If it's like around here or behind it, then you probably have it as a liner, because that will make the machine run a little bit faster. Some people actually, that's cool if you have it like around here. It's a cutback liner, okay, and that makes it a little bit run a little bit faster. The distance in between here and here, a lot of people, they tell you, to use a dime or a nickel in order to figure out the distance. What I do over here is, like, when I do this part, I kind of press down. I don't know if you're able to see it, but right there you can see like the little distances there. If you can, when you press down, if you can, if you are able to stick, you can use a credit card. Try to stick it right there. If there is enough space right there on your back coil, then you'll be able. That's a pretty good setup on your coils. If you're able to stick out like a credit card, so you can, that will be your measuring device right there. Okay, the distance between here and here, that's the closer your armature bar is to the saddle, it will actually add more tension to your spring. So make sure that the farther or the more distance you have between here and here, that will actually add more tension, which is gonna make it run a little bit faster. So we want this as a shader, so we want to run a little bit smoother and less fast. So, and as you can see also, my saddle, the saddle, very important to have a thick saddle right here. Some machines, when you buy machines, make sure check the saddle right in the back. Make sure it's not thin enough, because what it does, the saddle actually will absorb vibration. That's why you want to keep, when you have your machines running, you're gonna notice the vibration. Even if you a little bit of when you're holding your machines, if you hold it really tight and you have it run, this thing is gonna run smoother if you put pressure on it. The only reason is because all your frame is absorbing vibration, and it goes through your hands, and then it will hold the vibration. So, and that's what happens. So some people, they don't like my machines because my machines are really thick and heavy and big. I just like them like that. It's just my personal preferences. When you make these machines, you can actually cut down the frame. As you can see, this is a little bit different from all my other frames. I have these style, which I really like it, because it actually holds my the tube really well. It doesn't damage the tube like my other designs, where I have the screw going through here or through the side. What it does, it just puts pressure, just single pressure on one part of the tube, and it ends up messing up your tube, because it's gonna put just pressure on that area with the tip of your screw. So you gotta make sure you stay away from that. So in order to compensate, actually this is a pretty good design. I really like this design. In this case, I kind of messed it up when I was making the hole for this holder and the screw. I messed it up because this was intended to be an 832 screw and cap screw, and I end up messing it up. So now it's at 1020, 1024, which is pretty big, but that's okay. And as you can see, I end up doing my own, or making my own quick release actually, and you can just put it right there, and that will kind of secure it right there. Right now I don't want to stop this video because I have my tube over here, so I can put it for you and show you how well this thing works. So make sure when you make these things, okay, when you do this part, what you have to do is over here on this side where your screw is gonna hold is gonna have a thread, but over here on this side it doesn't have a thread. The reason why you don't want to have a thread is because you want this area, or this part right here, to close and to put tension on. If you have a thread, this is not gonna go anywhere, and then you have to have a lot of free space for the screw, because what's gonna happen is when you close this area right here, right over here around this area right here, is gonna get closer and closer to the frame, and it's not gonna let it go anywhere. So you have to have enough free space. Okay, you're gonna say, what do you have this tool over here? This is a pretty cool tool that you can actually get it in a actually I'm gonna put the link over there, so you guys can get this tool. This is actually a pretty good tool. You don't really need this tool. I actually end up buying it because I was watching some videos from this guy that has a pretty cool videos on YouTube, and I got it from him. I didn't get it from him, but I got the idea of getting it from him because he actually teaches you how to use it, and he's will teach you about the pressure that you need depending on what you have. So right here for this shader, I got like around, I will say between, I got it like around 325 or 350 of grams of pressure. This tool is kind of expensive. It runs around 40 something dollars, so I don't really, I mean, you could try it if you have the money, buy it. It's a good way to to know the tension of your springs. And as you can see, my springs are number right here. They have numbers, so in this case for my shader I'm using a number 18 and a 16, so which is softer. It makes it run a little bit smoother or fast, not faster, but over here you have more tension. If I was gonna use a liner, I'll probably put an 18 and an 18 over here. So there's different things that determine the speed of your machine. The distance, like I mentioned before, the distance right here, so you can compensate actually by putting it a little bit more towards the back, but that's going to change your frame. So the frame actually is going to determine, actually your design of the frame is going to determine the speed of what you're going to use this for, because this frame was specifically made for a shader, because if you can see how far the saddle is. If I wanted for a liner, I'll probably bring the saddle back a little bit much forward. That will make it actually easier. Okay, make the saddle a little bit forward so you will have less distance over here, so you don't have to push this thing too far, and then bring this back a little bit. And then as you can see, the coils, the coils right here, if you see this coil right here, is not basically, it's partially touching, so that means it's not fully covering the whole armature bar right here. So in this case, I think I calculated when I was putting the saddle, so I could have gone just a little bit more forward. Maybe it moved when I was soldering this thing. I can go back and reheat this thing, and it will soften the soldering part over here, and I can remove it and set it up again by bringing this back. Maybe I'll do that later sometime. And over here, I use a penny Over here says one. Over here there's an from there. You know, use some from the 1800s or earlier, because otherwise the new pennies they are not made out of copper anymore. They have like a copper lining, so, and the copper actually is pretty cool. I know, if you guys know, this is illegal to do this. If you cut penny or use some dollar bills or anything, cut them off, that's against the law. So it's up to you guys if you want to do that, but nobody's gonna give you a fine or do anything to you. Okay, so that's basically it. That's all I wanted to do, to show you in this video, talk a little bit more about the how to make these machines. I will recommend you strongly to use this type of frame, because it's the, I guess, to this point, this is my best frame. The design, I found it to be the much efficient. It's really efficient, and it doesn't take I mean, you're gonna get it by the time you end up making frames, making a couple of them. You're gonna finding out that this is the most efficient frame that you have. With the, like I said before, with the brass, make sure you have a steel yoke right here, because otherwise you're not gonna get good um, magnetic circulation on your coils, and it's gonna stop right here, because brass is not a good conductor of magnetism, and versus steel is a good conductor. So, but the good thing about brass is easy to work with. It's very smooth, like I mentioned before, and brass is also, the good thing about brass is that it's a good absorber of vibration. It absorbs vibration really good. That's what I like about them. And also, it doesn't magnetize over time like a steel. You know, over time, after using your machine for a long period of time, it will magnetize itself. So, and that's not a good thing, from what people from what I know, from what I have read. So just I know this is a pretty long video, but I hope all this information will help you out to build your start to so you can start building your own machines. And I hope it will inspire you to build something. I hope it will be much better, and it will look better than what I'm making right here, because that's all it is, you know. Is I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm, you know, I hope you guys can get be able to make something better. All right, so thanks for watching, and hope to make some future videos for you. If you guys have something in mind that you want me to talk about it, I'll probably, if I have the information and if I have the knowledge, I'll be able to make a video out of it. If I don't, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna take you send you somewhere else, some other guy that is probably has it posted. I'm gonna try to look for something pretty cool. There's a guy over there in YouTube, also. It's over here on YouTube. His name is a Tattoo Line. He's actually a pretty cool guy. Check him out. And also Tattoo Training, that's another one that I have there on my channel. Check them out. Those guys are awesome. They're the best out there, and I had all my knowledge from them. Thanks.